The Tipping Point with Mike Tipton is brought to you by Dubby. What is Dubby? Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like those other energy drinks have. They also have no maltodextrin fillers and don't use artificial dyes. Dubby contains vitamins, amino acids, a nootropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. Dubby's products are made in the USA in an FDA-inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP manufacturing guidelines. All of the flavors are unique and custom-made by Dubby, and you'll never taste our taste anywhere else. The best part about it is they're affordable. Dubby's drinks come out to about $1 per drink, much cheaper than Starbucks or any of those canned energy drinks. To learn more, visit w.gg.com/discount/MRTipton33 and place your order today. Use promo code MrTipton33 and save today. Dubby Energy, be better. What's going on, everybody? I want to tell you about my new friends over at Cleverman. Visit them online at becleverman.com. What they gave me was the energizing face and beard scrub along with the Cleverman face scrubber. And trust me when I say this, the energizing face and beard scrub smells amazing. Combining it with the face scrubber, making sure that your boy was looking as good and sexy as possible, opened up a whole different sensation in my face that I haven't ever felt before. I felt so clean, so fresh, and so clean, like Outcast said, and it helped me feel like I was ready for my day. Make sure you visit them online at becleverman.com and follow them on Instagram at clevermannyc. The link is up in my bio if you want to check out all the amazing products they have. Visit them online, becleverman.com.
Look, I can't help but think that now might be a good time for a little fire and ice.
Do not know it's ever a good time for fire and ice. What happens when you mix fire and ice?
Warm water, baby.
It's bubbling, baby. Warm water. Warm water.
It is a Saturday afternoon. We are live over here at Buffalo Wild Wings. It's time for a little fire and ice. Mike Tipton, Brandon the Iceman Cohn. We got our guy David Halpern hanging out with us over here today. We are at Buffalo Wild Wings, 655 Sunland Park Drive on the west side of El Paso. We've got preseason football. I see baseball. I got like X Games stuff going on all over the place. All the TVs got something else going on. There's soccer on a couple of these TVs, as well as one of my favorite things to have over here at Buffalo Wild Wings, the trivia that you can do to get extra points so you can get some amazing goodies and things like that that come along with it. Brandon, the last time we were here, I know it's been a while, and the word stained, it's been a while. But the last time we were here, we got a shed ton of wings, all because of the amount of points that I was able to save up over the last couple of visits that we've had. But Brandon, tell everyone about the specials that we've got going on today with us over here at Buffalo Wild Wings.
First of all, Bottomless appetizers, a really, really great deal, $10, and then I believe that includes a few, and then it's like $4, $5 extra if you want to add a few people on. But you got your onion rings, your chips and queso, your chips and salsa, your fried pickles, the whole nut cheese sticks. So the Bottomless appetizers, literally, till they say get, shoes, skedaddle. That's going on. That's been going on for a while. That's the best, in my opinion, best deal in all of the restaurant business right now. We have $2 off all tall drafts, happy hour. That's 3 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, $4 well drinks, $3 shorty, $6 appetizers. We know our appetizers are phenomenal. And a feature draft, $4 wild herd, also $5 Coors Light, $6 Blue Moon. But like I said, the big shtick going on, the $9.99 all-you-can-eat appetizers.
The Crooked Commish, Chicago Bears fan from Chicago, joining us right here, letting us know there's a lot of football going on the big screen right here. They've got the Philadelphia Eagles, gross, taking on the Cleveland Browns. Equally as gross, but not as fun to watch. But it's a fun game we get in football. We're starting to get there. I saw Philadelphia just try to do a tush push right now, and it looked like it worked already in mid-season form for the Philadelphia Eagles. All the other games that we've got going on today as well, the Colts and the Packers, that's on right now. The Patriots and the Vikings, the Dolphins and the Lions. I got some words on that one. The Texans and the Panthers, Then a little bit later on, the 49ers versus the Raiders, the Chargers taking on the Rams, the Bucks at the Steelers, the Jets at the Giants, the Ravens at the Cowboys, the Cardinals at the Broncos, the Jags at the New Orleans Saints, the Bills versus the Bears, and the Bengals taking on the Commanders. Brandon, inject it into my veins. We are getting a week full of football here. It's still preseason.
It's preseason, but you see the starters play. This is the game where the starters play the most because it's the second of three. And you see them for, a quarter to 2 quarters. And then the second half, it's all the second, third stringers, draft picks, kids trying to make the roster. So this is where we got to start seeing at least a little bit of quality preseason football. I really don't put a lot of stock in the preseason ever, but the point is that it's football. We're watching it, a full slate of games. The Cowboys, again, their second preseason game. We'll see if they can be worth the crap today after last week losing in L.A. And, of course, tomorrow night, Sunday night football, if you want to call it Sunday night football, the Bears and the Bills and Deion Hank the Tankins' second opportunity to shine as he already shined in his first preseason game in Chicago. Very impressive first game for him.
Friend of the show, got himself a tutty. That game wound up being in a tie, which I didn't know you can get ties
24.
in the preseason.
Yes,
but
the preseason, they're ties.
I'm all for. I'm just happy to see the football's back.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just
that's
happy
all
it's
I'm here for.
That's all it's here.
A couple of weeks away, and in what, a week? We get college football coming back as well.
I think it's 2 weeks.
Is it 2 weeks?
Because here we are, the middle of the month. Come the end of the month, they're saying it's arguably the greatest opening weekend we've seen in 30 years in college football.
Oh yeah, no. Whenever
U in Miami, Alabama, Texas, and is it Texas and
Texas and Ohio State?
Ohio State.
Then you
rematch.
got Notre Dame, Miami, and then LSU. I can't remember who LSU's taking on, but I know you got 3 matchups in the top 10.
Yes.
Right. And that's going to be fun. I know they got 0 week and whatever's going to happen in zero week. What is Iowa State and Iowa or something like that going over to Dublin? Nothing says Ireland quite like Iowa does.
Yeah, exactly. Iowa, corn, and Ireland.
Yes.
That really goes together, right? Like water and oil.
It's absolutely perfect. We found the recipe. We're not sending Notre Dame over there anymore.
No. They don't want to go to Iowa. The Irish don't want to go to Ireland. We want Iowa. The Cornhuskers need to go, right?
I think that's who it's going to be. All I remember, it's a weird game, this Dublin game, which always feels like if you're going to have that game, you got to lead with your best foot forward, especially if it's 0 week. I know it's got to be travel hassle for Notre Dame to go over there, but could you imagine Notre Dame, Miami, 0 week in Dublin?
I'll tell you what,
that would be great. It feels like there's a missed opportunity.
That would be. I mean, come on. It's the Catholics versus the convicts. I mean, we're blessed to have that matchup here at the Sun Bowl years ago. And, yeah, I mean, to me, that spells Dublin all the way. And obviously they just played their opening game a few years ago, so maybe that was the reasoning, I would assume, behind having a different team in Iowa. And, hey, it's the Hawkeyes. I mean, they have a prestigious program and all that. But long story short, I mean, they have time for they're decent, I stand to be corrected. But, I mean, it ain't Notre Dame. Let's just put it that way.
That's all it took.
It ain't Notre Dame.
An eyebrow raise for you to be like, yeah, you know what, you're right.
I know you, dude. I know when I look at that enthusiastic face of yours, I know you already,
Nothing says prestige like Iowa does.
I always love any football in the UK to me is cool because, again, when I was there this summer, it's all about soccer, but I think they're starting to enjoy American football more because of the frequency that you're seeing those games overseas.
Well, and it's not just that, I'm one of these people, I love seeing these games mainly because, as a Cowboys fan, we're not going to get it. Jerry's already said, we're not going to London. We're, if we go anywhere, we're going to Mexico City because he wants to be in a place where they've got just a ton of Dallas Cowboys fans because that's what Jerry Jones does, right?
Right.
But, if I'm a fan of, the Jaguars, if I'm a fan of one of these other teams that's always going over to London, I'm trying to mark it on my calendar to, make that trip out there. Because when else are you going to be able to go out there, see your favorite team, and do these things? And you don't know this, but we've been doing this on the Tipping Point with Mike Tipton. Our second favorite team this year, and it's got to be your second favorite as well, are the Jacksonville Jaguars. Because we're trying to butter them up to send us to London. That's all we're doing this for.
Yeah, I like that.
It's a quid pro quo.
Wembley Stadium, right?
100%. Yeah, so we're doing
that. We love the Jaguars. And actually, they should be decent this year. They have
lead El Paso in Jaguars talk.
I mean, look, they do honestly have a team. I mean, Thomas Jr. is going to be one of the premier receivers. You have that 1-2 punch, Bigsby,
at running back. And, of course, Lawrence, I think, is going to have a good year because of the fact they revamped their O-line and they have some things to work with. To me, they're going to be a team to reckon with in the South.
I've got them as a wild card contending team. I think they're going to be the second best team in that division.
I think they're going to be good. I really do.
And I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I know a lot of people have a lot of stock in the Houston Texans. I don't.
Yeah,
I
their
think
O-line is weak.
Back.
Mixon is very injury prone.
Well, not just that, but like you have Mixon and Nick Chubb. Both those guys are injury prone.
No, they are. And the fact remains is that, your receivers are, obviously you have Collins, who's your bread and butter, but Dell's out. I believe he's out for most of the year, if not the whole year, with the injury, the significant injury. And then, of course, Stroud kind of regressed last year, and that could be due to the offensive line. But to me, the Texans aren't as strong as they were a couple of years ago.
And we've also seen like their defense isn't great.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be the issue with the Houston Texans. It's going to be.
I could see Jacksonville winning that division. I think Tennessee's going to be better.
No, and that's the thing, right? Like I think that's the benefit for them is the Colts are. I have no faith in the Colts.
I don't either.
Like Anthony Richardson, like whenever you have a quarterback battle between Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones,
that's right.
It's not going to work out.
With the Browns,
Flacco's with the Browns.
That's right.
But,
Daniel Jones. I mean, you know what I mean.
And then I kind of like the Jaguars having Travis Hunter, and like I don't think he's going to play every snap, but just having the threat of him on offense, along with what he can do defensively. He's one of the best cornerbacks in the league already. Like you've got a bright future. Like again, I always talk in arrows pointing and stuff like that. The arrow, it might not be pointing all the way up for the Jaguars, but it's pointing up.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Like I said, they're one of those young up and coming teams that you kind of see great things coming for them without question.
And it also benefits them that they're in just a terrible division.
Mm-hmm. They are.
That's the one thing that really helps them out.
It's a really bad division. It's a very bad division.
We mentioned that. I know I got a little sidetracked too. We were talking about Deion Hankins. We were talking about all of the stuff that's going on. You're like a pseudo Bears fan as well. What are your actual expectations for this team? Because there's a part of me that knows Minnesota's not winning 14 games this year.
No.
Detroit's not winning 15 games this year.
No, they could definitely regress.
I can see the Green Bay Packers taking a step back. I feel like they've overachieved over the last couple of years, and it's time for like a reset here. I also feel like with what Chicago did, like if they're on the same page, if they stay healthy, that can be a team that can be not, again, I don't think they can win the division, but they can be the second place, third place team in that division easily because there's a lot of talent there on that Chicago Bears team, both offensively on the offensive line. They revamped the offensive line, getting Tooney from Kansas City. Mm-hmm. Like they've had a pretty solid defense. They got some tough breaks last year, losing a lot of one possession games and things like that. I mean, that Hail Mary, right? Like without that Hail Mary against the Washington Commanders, the Commanders aren't a playoff team. The Bears maybe get another win here, right? So for me, like I think the Bears, the whole NFC North, is going to be such an interesting watch.
It really is. And I really love the hire also of Ben Johnson. I think he did great things in Detroit, and I feel he's going to do great things in Chicago. I really love the way he's done things thus far. I feel that's going to help the receiving core. I feel Roma Duze is going to be a tremendous asset this year. I think DJ Moore is going to have a better year. I feel that obviously Caleb Williams is going to be better in his sophomore season with that improved O-line. DeAndre Swift, this guy's great at developing running backs. Look at the double-headed monster he created in Detroit. I feel Swift could have a great year. We're obviously hoping to see our boy Hank the Tank there. I feel that they have a slew of good running backs. Their defense is already solid. I could see the Bears, I'm going to say it right now, and I know it's far-fetched, but I could see them winning that division because I really
this season you can see them winning the division.
I can see them really making a lot of improvements to have that strides of winning that division. Yeah, because of everything that you noted, all of the above, it just doesn't really seem like any other team is wowing me right now in that division as competitive as it was last year. Now, I like McCarron. I don't know that he's going to come in and be a stud right away because this is his rookie year, essentially, as the second year, okay? Mm-hmm. But he still has a lot of weapons. Aaron Jones is an aging Aaron Jones, which is why they brought in the kid from San Francisco who's going to be taking some reps from Aaron Jones, okay? And of course, long story short, whenever you have the likes of Jefferson, one of the best receivers in the NFL, you have certainly a team that could – and look at what they did last year with the guy they had at quarterback. I mean, come on.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that's what makes me feel like Minnesota is one of those like quarterback proof teams, right? Like it doesn't matter who your quarterback is. Like I can bring my fat ass back there and throw a couple of darts and get lucky. You know what I mean? Like a broken clock is right twice a day, right?
Sure,
So like I can be that type of quarterback because we're talking about a team, Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, Aaron Jones. They're deep at every position, it seems like, right? They've got a solid offensive line. The question for the Vikings is going to be that defense, right? Yes. They made Sam Darnold, though, on offense, a $100 million player. A dude that whenever we said that they were going to start the season with Sam Darnold, we said their entire season's done, right? Like no one had faith in Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's parents didn't have faith in Sam Darnold, right? They turned him into a $100 million player. I feel like they can do the same thing with J.J. McCarthy, right? You have those. It's almost like just throw the ball up and pray something might happen in a good way for you, right? But I can also see that's a rookie quarterback in a dog-eat-dog division that's got the Detroit Lions that are getting a healthy Aiden Hutchinson back, right? That's going to be able to put pressure on you. I don't have the faith in the Vikings that a lot of people have in the Vikings this year. And I could really see the Vikings going from a 14-win team to like a 5-win team because that the quarterback position, like even though Sam Darnold's not the greatest quarterback out there, he's been in the league for a while. He knows the speed of the league. He was able to do what you needed him to do.
Absolutely. And I mean, look, I don't feel that it's going to be that much of a regression. I mean, I like what they bring to the table. I feel that the fundamentals are still there, but then you're bringing in that new quarterback. That's going to be really the big question more than anything else as to how they're going to adjust to his play. I think he's going to be better than Sam Darnold, obviously. But again, you never know how you're going to perform your first season. That's the big thing is you adjust to the NFL game. And I'm not talking preseason. That's why I love it. They're, this guy, Cam Ward looked great in the preseason. Sanders looked great. AJ McCarron looked great. It's like, but yeah, I mean, it's like, this is the preseason. This doesn't mean jack, right? It literally, I never put anything on the preseason. I mean, all the acclimates are great and all, they look wonderful, but nobody's playing as hard unless, you're trying to make the team, obviously. Yeah. Okay. You don't want to get hurt. And obviously you're playing usually against second and third stringers.
There's two teams that are playing today that I think are on opposite spectrums of where you want your team to be. And that's the Lions and the Miami Dolphins. And if you've been paying attention to like football Twitter out there, the Dolphins and the Lions over this past week have had a joint practice. Most teams have had a joint practice so that you can do all these things. And again, it's a joint practice. You shouldn't get too high. You shouldn't get too low. But you know what you should be able to see? Your offense and your defense do something against first-team caliber players, right? Yes. The Miami Dolphins, in both practices that they held, were by like Miami media members, by Detroit media members, unequivocally dominated on both sides of the ball by the Detroit Lions, which you can come to expect from Detroit because Detroit really good. We have expectations for Detroit this year. I feel like we also should have expectations for Miami, given the fact that they have Tua Tagovailoa. They've got a great running game with Achane, and they've got Jalen Waddle. They've got Tyreek Hill. They've got an offense that just a couple of years ago, all of us were looking at like, holy hell, this is going to be a team that's going to be a problem for the future to come. Last year, they underachieved, missed the playoffs for the first time in Tyreek Hill's career, and it just feels like the Miami Dolphins. I don't know if there's a fix there, man. Like they look like a bad team, and they're going to be a bad team for a while.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, look, I mean, you look at that division as well, and obviously Buffalo, to me, is the creme de la creme in that division. I think New England's going to be much improved with Drake May and certainly Stephon Diggs and their running game. The Henderson kid's supposed to be the real McCoy. Stevenson. I really think New England could be a playoff team this year. And I feel that Miami it looks like they potentially did regress, but then again, I don't know how much confidence I have in Tua. I mean, is he going to be able to stay healthy?
Well, and that's
it's amazing he's still playing, really.
That's the thing, too, is their backup quarterback is Zach Wilson.
Yeah. Come on now.
Who has faith in that?
Nobody. You can't have any faith in the former Jets QB, right?
Well, I mean, we said that about Sam Darnold, and look what he did.
Yeah. No. Then again, he did blow it up, didn't he? He really did, So.
And that's the thing, too, is like, it feels like, again, I don't do this thing where you talk about like coaches that have pressure on them and all this other stuff like that. But Mike McDaniel has to have pressure on him, right? Like you were given the keys to a Ferrari and you've turned it into like a Pinto.
Mhm.
Like it's not that good looking. Like, again, we're talking about a team 2 years ago, scored 70 points against a really good Denver Broncos defense.
Yeah.
Just ran out here up until whenever they went to Kansas City where that guy got frostbite on his nipples. Up until then, we were looking at this team as like, man, that's going to be a contending team. And last year with the Tua injury, with whatever it is, Tyreek Hill's a year older now. They just like, again, it feels like their window was open so slightly and it just slammed shut.
Yeah, no, and it happens fast. It happens in the blink of an eye. I mean, that was a team that was definitely the bomb. And then you have, Hill has an off year, and he's not the Hill that we saw a couple.
He wasn't happy either.
No, he wasn't. He walked off. He stormed off the field that last game of the season. And, this was a team that we were looking at as, hey, this team's going to be elite. And this team, especially with A-Chain at running back, he's really great. He really is. And they've had a good ground game. But again, things change really fast. And I feel that, you don't have consistent QB play. And, of course, you do not play in a relatively easy division. That makes everything challenging.
On the flip side of that coin, earlier talking about the Chicago Bears, you were talking about how that division was attainable. Are you expecting some sort of regression out of the Detroit Lions?
I think it's possible just because of the fact that you lose both of your coordinators. Whenever you lose your coordinators, it's a different ball game. And I think that a lot of people like to put their stock in actual players, but they forget how much the coaching affects the success of a team. Now, I still think they're going to be a good team. They're definitely going to be a playoff team. Are they going to be as good as they were the last couple of years? That's to be determined.
Well, they're not going to win 15 games.
No, I don't think they're going to win 15 games, but they still have the 1-2 punch of Gibbs, and I mean, that's a tremendous punch in running back. The thing about the Detroit Lions is that, to me, as great as they've done the last couple of years, they've still underachieved. And I just say that because I totally expected this team, especially last year, to potentially make it to the Super Bowl because you had home field advantage throughout. The year before, we know the blunder against San Francisco in the NFC title game. It's a lot of what ifs for this team. And years from now, you don't want to keep looking at what ifs when you were never able to actually make it to the Super Bowl.
And the thing is how long are they going to be able to keep this team together, right? Like, you're going to have contracts and stuff like that come up. Money's always going to be the ugly thing that rears its head eventually, right? So whenever you look at like a guy like Amon-Ra St. Brown, you look at Jared Goff, you look at Aiden Hutchinson, those are contracts that are going to be coming up that you're going to wind up having to pay. How long is this window going to be open for them? And I feel like I'm a lot with you. I feel like their best chance was last season because the weight of expectation wasn't coupled with the weight of disappointment. Yeah. Now they've got both, right? Like you are expected to be a good team, but you let us down last year.
Yes, they did.
They did. Welcome to the purgatory that the Dallas Cowboys have encapsulated over the last 30 years.
Yes.
And that's a huge thing.
Gentlemen, I got a theory about why Dallas has been underperforming. It's and I think you touched on it. It's the lack of reps, because that's the only form of leverage that a player has to negotiate a higher salary with Jerry Jones. When they wait to the last minute and they don't close the deals early, the person that they want misses practice before the deal is signed. And when that happens, he loses reps and there's more rust on the field than before.
There's a part of me that agrees with that. Like, I'm a firm believer in the fact that we've seen so many injuries recently in the NFL, Brandon, is because we have less time in preseasons. We're not getting 2-a-days. We're not getting like all the practices that players were used to having back in the day. And we have less preseason games now. The game comes right at you. Like, the games that matter come right at you like a freight train, right? So I could see, if you're not practicing, how that hurts your team. I totally get that. I appreciate players like James Cook that, he's wanted a new contract, but he still showed up, still practiced, still did all the things that he needed to do, got rewarded with his new contract earlier this week, right? When it comes to the Dallas Cowboys and the Micah Parsons situation, I'm a firm believer that they've already got a deal done. It's Jerry Jones doing what Jerry Jones does.
That's what Jerry Jones does. He pulls little gypsies and shticks and wants everybody to think that things aren't going to get done. But we, in the end, know everything's going to get done. It's better late than never for this guy. I mean, look, does it frustrate you sometimes? I guess, sure. But, does it get the players upset? I mean, I'm sure they're not happy about it. But in the end, it's all smoke and mirrors.
I honestly think the players are in on it.
Right?
Because
keep us guessing.
Again, I mentioned this on the tipping point like maybe about a week or so ago. when have the Dallas Cowboys lost out on a free agent that's on their team or a player that's on their team?
Never.
That they've been like, no, we're not going to sign you.
Never. I can remember. It's never. It's always been. They've bitched and moaned, and they
got their contract.
They got their contract, whether it be the opening game of the regular season or 2 games in after Emmitt Smith. And you don't let a generational talent like Parsons. You need an edge rusher like that if you want to be successful, especially in the challenging NFC East. You cannot let a guy like that go. He's your best player. He's the best player in all of defense and defensive in the NFL.
Can I play devil's advocate?
Sure, go ahead. You're going to anyways.
You will not get more for Micah Parsons than you will now.
No, I hear you.
If you were the Dallas Cowboys and you were to trade Micah Parsons,
the ranch,
you would get a haul. The issue with the Dallas Cowboys isn't the edge rushers. Like I've got faith in Osi Umenyiora. I like Ibuka, the guy that they drafted as well. Or Ezekara. I like what the Cowboys have done defensively, right? But their issue is the interior defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
If you can trade Micah Parsons for a ton of draft picks, I'm taking those phone calls, man. My price is high, but I'm taking those phone calls all the way up until the beginning of the season whenever I know I'm going to make that contract signing for him, right? If you're not taking those phone calls, you're not doing your job as a GM.
Mm-hmm.
You will not get more from Micah Parsons at any other point than what you would right now if you were the Dallas Cowboys.
I mean, you're getting multiple first-round picks.
Yeah.
You're getting multiple first-round picks, second, third round. I mean, you're getting, 4 or 5 picks for somebody like that. So that's a given. But again –
and on top of that, you're saving cap space.
You're saving cap space, a lot of cap space,
a ton of cap,
a lot of cap space. But again, and I get it. It's about building for the future. But this is a franchise that supposedly wants to win now. And if you really are serious about winning now and competing in one of the better divisions in football, and it really is, let's call it what it is, then you have to keep a guy like that. You don't let Lawrence Taylor go. And he's not Lawrence Taylor. He's not as good as, but who knows? I mean, the point is you don't let the best defensive player in the league go. That's it. Yeah. Everybody's going to offer you the ranch.
Again, though, everybody's going to offer
a shitload for him. I get it.
Because that's the thing, right? Is I think people need to remember this too. Micah Parsons doesn't have the leverage in this conversation. Jerry Jones does.
Of course.
Micah Parsons has 1 more year under contract with the Dallas Cowboys and could effectively be franchise tagged 2 more times. So he's under Dallas Cowboy control for the next 3 years.
He has nothing
which would
to
be
say.
7
He's
years.
like, I don't want to play. You're like, you don't want to play? Okay.
Okay, then we'll find you.
Yeah.
It's like, you want to talk about money.
What are you going to do, dude?
Yeah.
What do you think you got the ball in your court?
And that's the thing too, is like if he misses games because he's under contract, like that's where the fines are going to start coming in.
How is that going to benefit him?
Yeah, that's going to hurt him much more.
You're not playing
than
what you
anything
want to
else.
do, and it's affecting your check.
Exactly. So like the ball's in Jerry Jones's court right now. Like and that's the thing with a lot of these contracts is it's always in the general manager and the owner's court because they're the ones signing the checks, right? So for me, like I understand the frustration. You want to get paid. You've seen all these other defensive ends get paid. You want to get paid the highest contract for a defensive end. It's a huge, important position for the Dallas Cowboys. But if you're the Dallas Cowboys, you also dangle out here. He doesn't want to be with us. You can have 3 years of control of this guy without paying this guy. You need to give us these assets for him. I'm taking at least a couple of phone calls here.
No, I mean,
I'm calling up the Jacksonville Jaguars and saying, how about Travis Hunter and a couple of draft picks?
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely. I'm sure Jerry's listening. I mean, Jerry and Stephen Jones are listening. They're not ignorant to the fact that you could get a king's ransom for the guy, but in the end, I just don't think they're going to let him go.
And again, I hate that I've occupied this lane of being the guy that apologizes for Jerry. Like I'd never thought in my life that I would be the person on Jerry Jones's side.
No.
It's a weird place that I've carved out for myself here. Our guy Tommy Cananza saying, I think y'all are giving Jerry Jones too much credit. This is a guy who traded on his prime Amari Cooper for a 4th round pick that was very recently and gave away a 5th rounder to Cleveland on top of that. I mean, yeah, but Amari Cooper, yes, he had 1 good season in Cleveland. Outside of that, like last year with Cleveland and Buffalo, it wasn't great. He's still a free agent. So maybe Jerry Jones might have seen something there, right? Like remember how unpopular it was whenever Jerry Jones got rid of Terrell Owens, right? Whenever Jerry Jones didn't bring back Des Bryant. we saw these dudes end it, right? At least Jerry got something out of it. You know what I mean? As opposed to Amari just walking away, because he wasn't going to be able to sign Amari Cooper. Like the way everything was going, like, sure, you could have restructured a couple of deals here and there, but it would have been impossible for the Dallas Cowboys to keep some of the players they kept if they had signed Amari Cooper that season, right? Now the salary cap is expanded. The Dallas Cowboys can spend more money on it. I still think right now they've got, $35 million in salary cap that they haven't spent, which is insane for the Dallas Cowboys. We're used to them being right at the salary cap number. Next season, they're going to wind up having over $90 million available in salary cap. It's all about building for the future. I don't think the Dallas Cowboys, and it pains me to say this, I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are a Super Bowl contending team.
No, they're not.
Can they make the playoffs? Of course.
Sure.
But they're
I mean,
not a Super Bowl team.
There's still way too many question marks. I mean, especially with their ground game, that, and I love the kid, Williams from Detroit. He's good, their draft pick and all that, but there's still so many question marks. Again, they never went out and got a premier running back, which everyone else was doing, especially in the division. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that decision. I thought that was a bad decision.
I think you can survive without having a premier running back like that,
right? I don't agree. I don't agree with
you. I think Javonte Williams, I think Miles Sanders are serviceable backup guys.
Serviceable, though.
I think that you'll be able to get like a Jaden Blue, who they drafted in the third round, something like that.
Middle draft.
And maybe even like a guy that Tommy and I were talking about this week on the show as well, Phil Maffa. Like the seventh round pick that they got, like that's a guy that you can see some stuff coming out of him. The running back position to me is so interchangeable that to me you don't tie up a shit ton of money. I would love to see Derrick Henry as a Dallas Cowboy. I'm in the camp of a lot of people like that, but I can also see why you wouldn't do that, because a running back is so interchangeable.
Yeah, no, it definitely is a more of a diverse position, especially with the way they go down so easily. But I mean, look, we know this is going to be a pass happy team. I mean, that with Pickens, that's going to be a huge addition. People are saying, oh, it's going to just, Lamb's just going to have that much better of a year. Yeah, Lamb's going to have a good year because Lamb is Lamb. As long as Dak is healthy, Lamb's going to be great. But Pickens is going to have a pretty damn good year too, I feel. He's going to fit in well here.
And I think the Dallas Cowboys did a great job in the trade where they got Joe Milton in as well. Like of course,
oh yeah,
I know he only completed 58% of his passes in the preseason game, and everyone's talking about like how inaccurate he was. Fast forward to the Cleveland game, Shedeur Sanders completed 60% of his passes, and everyone's talking about how accurate he was.
Give me a freaking break.
Is 2% really that big of a difference? You know what I mean?
Not in the preseason.
So for me, like I like that the Dallas Cowboys went out. They brought in Joe Milton because I feel like with his arm, that absolute rocket that he's got strapped to his right arm, that he can keep the offense going. The thing with Cooper Rush was Cooper Rush couldn't hit those deep routes, so they knew they can just sit the defense back. And you're never going to have that home run ball, right? That was the issue with the Dallas Cowboys, is they weren't able to hit the home run with that guy at quarterback. You got Joe Milton out there who just with a flick of the wrist can throw the ball 70 yards.
Yeah, I like it.
Now you've got something that you can work out here if Dak were to go down, right? So for me, like I like that the Dallas Cowboys did that. Like their offense to me is going to be good no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah,
happens.
no, I mean their offense is going to be decent, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do
helps
there.
out the running game too.
Well, it does. It depends on the quality of running backs. So I mean, again,
you and I can be back there.
Come on now, Tim.
The Dallas Cowboys have the threat of George Pickens, Jake Ferguson, and CeeDee Lamb.
That's a nice three-headed monster, and Dak Prescott too,
along with Kevontae Turpin.
I mean, look, I hope you're right when it comes
Jalen
to
Brooks. Like they've got an offense.
They got a good offense. So they're going to be competing. Look, I'm excited, obviously, to see what happens. The opening Thursday night game at Philly. I want them to be competitive. That's all. I mean, it's going to be a tough game. We know it's going to be a tough game to win at the Link. But long story short, you want to be competitive in that game. And hey, man, Parsons needs to be there. It goes without saying, you got to have Parsons. Don't give me that crap. Jones like, well, he may not play week one. Are you a schmuck? He may not play week one. Are you nuts? Seriously.
This team, and forgive me, Dallas Cowboys fans, for bringing this up. It looks like it could be a great defensive team, right? Yeah. It looks like. But it also mirrors a lot to me those mid-2000s, early 2010s Dallas Cowboys teams of where the only defensive player you had was DeMarcus Ware. And the only defensive player you have for the Cowboys right now is Micah Parsons. Like I can see this team, like they're so off balance to me. if one thing goes wrong. Where that was the purgatory that Tony Romo found himself in, right? We have a phenomenal offense, but our defense is absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where the Dallas Cowboys can be right now because like I like Deron Bland, I like Trayvon Diggs, I like the defense of the Dallas Cowboys, but I can see them aging like a banana.
You don't see those brown spots.
Oh yeah,
let me just cut around that.
It's not going to look good.
Yeah, I mean that's when you age like a banana or bread, it's never a good thing, right? But yeah, I mean, again, look, Tip. I mean, I think we repeat ourselves. We sound like a broken clock. You either do it now or never. I mean, you don't tell me
There's
you're
no such
building
thing as never,
for the
though.
future. Well, look. 30 years, my friend, is a long time. That's a generation, my friend, of not making it to the NFC title game. That's a long time, bro.
I ask you this question.
Not saying it's never going to happen again.
If I told you 35 years ago, I'll give you 3 Super Bowls and you missed the playoffs or you missed the NFC Championship for 30 years,
Mike,
you're taking that deep.
I never call you Mike very often, okay?
I
don't even know your first name half the time, but yes, sure, that's wonderful. I mean, we have those titles when you and I were little wee ones. I was in high school.
I was younger than Jericho.
I understand that. That's the point, my friend, is that what in the Sam hell have you done for me lately?
Holy
and
shit.
I feel that they have just ripped the heart out of so many long-standing pure Cowboys fans because of all the bullshit and all of the lack of success that we just see every single freaking year. Every other team seems like they're better and getting better and doing things, and Detroit's making it to the NFC title game. But yet you, the storied franchise, we them boys, can't make it to the freaking NFC title game.
Okay,
that to me is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. It's pathetic. It is pathetic.
One thing I want to bring up,
it's
though.
Pathetic. It's pathetic.
Okay, but there's one other thing I want to bring up, and that is they're starting to get a winning attitude, even though the Cowboys lost their opener 31-20. When all of the players were interviewed on TV, they said, we have great camaraderie. There's wonderful chemistry. We can all pull each other up.
I'm sorry. I have to intervene. Did you just say they're getting winning chemistry in the preseason or going into this year, though? Really?
They are starting to get a winning attitude because I'm talking about the camaraderie. Okay.
I get what you're saying, but I have to wholeheartedly disagree.
And there's one other clue that they offered near the end of the game. Whenever there were plays that they botched, every player they interviewed said, we can hardly wait to look at the film so that we can improve the technical mistakes we made in this first game.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's a desire to get better. Without it, then there is no hope whatsoever at all. Part of it is psychological.
No, I agree with that 100%. A lot of it is like you're defeated if you're already questioning what's going on.
Right.
Like if you don't want to get better, you feel like you're already the best, you're more than likely going to lose. No matter how many times you say you won't. But the fact of the matter is that when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, like, and I've mentioned this before, like you can see this team.
We want to win.
That's every team. Every team wants to
I don't give a shit how bad you want to win.
First off, I just want to say this. Whenever you say,
who doesn't want to win?
The Dallas Cowboys haven't made it to an NFC Championship game. That bar is going to move so fast, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys can make it to an NFC Championship game and lose, and it's going to be you lost in the NFC Championship. It's been 30 years since you won the NFC Championship game. Then they can go to the NFC Championship game and win and lose in the Super Bowl. And it'll be, it's been 32 years since you won the Super Bowl.
There's always
that
a naysayers.
That bar is always going to move when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. But this is going to be the thing, too. Even when and if the Dallas Cowboys were to win a Super Bowl, that if is carrying a lot of weight right now.
Underline the word if.
If the Dallas Cowboys win a Super Bowl in our lifetime, you know what's going to be said?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it was a week.
It was a week.
The rest of
I mean, how could they have played Buffalo in the Super Bowl? Buffalo was Buffalo.
There is no team that is given less benefit of the doubt and more caveats than the Dallas Cowboys are. So, like that whole narrative of it's been so long since they made it to the NFC Championship game, that doesn't mean jack shit to me. It genuinely does.
For me, again, I judge a franchise off of success from an annual basis on a year-to-year. How did you do as an organization? And that's just what again has just completely irritated me is anytime they've had that team where, I'm like, oh, this is the year. That's, and then the Stephen A. Smith, your boy, he starts laughing and, getting on him, which rightfully so. I mean, and I would be laughing too. I mean, honestly, because again, you underachieve. And to me, an underachiever, how are you going to be remembered in history? Well, as an underachiever. You don't want to be remembered as an underachiever.
There's no other team out there. You even like this year, like I've been on record saying this, like I don't think the Cowboys are a Super Bowl contending team. But the expectations for this Dallas Cowboys are you win the Super Bowl or it's a disappointing season. No other team out there has that. The defending Super Bowl champions don't have that expectation of if you don't win the Super Bowl, it's a disappointing season. It's only the Dallas Cowboys that get that. And that's one that's genuinely unfair that the Dallas Cowboys get. I get it. The world ain't about fair or what's fair or any of that nonsense, right? But it's not right to put that level of expectation on that team. Especially when we look at this team, and you and I can see, we were talking about it no more than 10 minutes ago, the holes that this team has. We both agreed they're not a Super Bowl contending team. They're a playoff team, but even if they lose in the playoffs, it's going to be, oh, my God, what another disappointing season. As opposed to looking at the Dallas Cowboys and saying, damn, even if they made it to the playoffs and lost this season,
they made progress. Better. They made progress.
Yeah, it's much better than what we got last season.
I mean, look, I'm always about progress. I like progress.
Clearly, you want a Super Bowl or it's a disappointment.
I just want to see live up to expectations, be competitive with the other great teams in football.
So what is your expectation for the Cowboys?
Do what Washington did. Make it to the NFC Championship. Win a friggin' playoff game. Do well in the playoffs. Like, get a run. How about do this? How about get a friggin' run going? Okay, you may not win the Super Bowl. It's really hard to win the Super Bowl. It's
really hard to get to the NFC Championship.
It is, man. Like, get a run going. Like, win a couple games in a row. Like, have some friggin' consistency. Like, look good. Look good. Look like a professional team. Don't look like a bunch of clowns. Like they had the whole meme about the Dallas Clowns, which they are, man. They show me that you can be a good team when it matters. That's it. Show me when it matters, not this regular season BS. Show me that you're going to be the most quintessential team or one of the better teams that I can remember for years to come. Yeah, they not win a Super Bowl, but there's been some really good teams that haven't won it all that we still never forget.
Yeah,
right.
And like I said, the best, I guess, definition of that would be that 2014 team. Des Bryant caught the ball, right? Like that
great team.
But they've put together some really good, like let's not forget, up until last season, 3 straight 12-win seasons. They've had some success. But the fact of the matter is, and this is what I was going to get to with what David was talking about with that mentality, right? You can see with the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs, it's
a different story.
Well, not just, but like
that's the saddest
the amount of pressure that's on them.
Pressure on everybody.
No, but not like there is for the Dallas Cowboys.
I don't buy that.
Not like
I don't buy that.
Yes,
no,
because
man.
You just said it right now. No. For them, it's Super Bowl or bust.
No, dude.
No other team has
You're
that.
a huge Cowboys fan. You love to hate this team.
I do.
They break your heart. They break my heart. I mean, dude. I'm just being honest here. Because it's like, it's all about. Again, I don't want to be remembered as a great regular season team because nobody remembers the great regular season team. I mean, it's all about what did I do in the postseason? I mean, you look at some of the greatest teams that the teams that never were, like the 98 Vikings that Gary Anderson missed a damn field goal that he hadn't missed in 3 years, or maybe a 2014 Cowboys, like you said, that had such a great team, the 2007 New England Patriots. All those teams, besides the Cowboys, what did they have in common? Well, at least they made it to the conference championship. They made it to the Super Bowl. They made it that far. They were able to do some great things in the playoffs. They didn't do their usual, I get to the middle round and then I lose again. They at least made it to the end, it seems like, just about. I mean, I don't know. I'm never going to be happy. You're right. I'm not happy with them.
What if they win a Super Bowl? Would you be happy? Because I feel like you wouldn't.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I wouldn't be happy. I'd be happier than a pig in shit. I'd be as happy as I am with bottomless apps.
Well, let me put this in perspective. The Dallas Cowboys aren't the only one in this predicament. Look at how lousy the Philadelphia Phillies were and how they were booed by their own city until, the last few years.
Well, to me, football and baseball are like two different worlds, but I could see like the correlation here, right? Like for me, it's so much harder to win in baseball just because there's less opportunity, right? Like they just expanded the playoffs, and now maybe you could say it's comparable to what the NFL has now. What is it? 6 teams in Major League Baseball finally get to make it to the playoffs, where for so long you just ended the regular season and the two best teams in the NL and the AL went to the World Series. Like there wasn't even a playoff. Then we introduced a playoff. Then we introduced the wild card in the 90s, right? Like it was the 90s when the wild card came around. And even then it was only a singular wild card team. So it's just now recently that there's been more opportunity for more teams to win in baseball, right? In the NFL, we've had 6 or 7 teams, I want to say, for a while now. 7 teams for at least the last 10 years, I want to say, making it to the playoffs. So, like, for baseball, like, I get it. It gets frustrating, but that's also the thing that being my guy from Chicago, how can you love the Cubs for being lovable losers?
I don't love the Cubs.
When it comes to I know that, but like you got the Cubs that were these lovable losers.
Yeah.
The Boston Red Sox that were these lovable losers. Yeah. The Philadelphia Phillies for an extended period of time were a lovable loser. Same thing with your White Sox.
Right.
They were a lovable loser. Why is that not ever extended in the NFL? Right? And the fact of the matter is, it is. There are people out there that are sympathetic with the Detroit Lions. Like, oh my God, look at this. How awesome is this to see the Detroit Lions are actually doing well?
Sure.
The same thing with the Cleveland Browns. Like, I want to see the Cleveland Browns do well. I want to see the Jacksonville Jaguars, our second favorite team on the show.
Second favorite. You hate Jags.
Do well. But it's never like that benefit of the doubt for teams that have long extended periods of losing doesn't get extended to the Dallas Cowboys. They're the only team that doesn't get extended to. The more they lose, the more people hate. Whereas other teams lose, it's like, oh man, like I just want them to win.
There is a curse and a good thing about being America's team. Okay, your Yankees are the Yankees. The same thing, you know. At least you made it to the World Series. Yeah, you shit the bed last year, but the point is, you actually made it back to the World Series. I'm gonna charge. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat. Anyways, so look, I mean, when you're America's team,
made me relive that nightmare.
There's always this year. When you're America's team, sorry, I couldn't resist. When you're America's team, you have that all constant monkey on your back every single year.
Yeah.
It's a good thing, though. I mean, it's a good thing because people love to hate you. Screw them. Who cares? Let you hate me. I don't care. People bust my balls all the time when I wear my Cowboy shirt. I love wearing that in Chicago, or I love wearing it in London, or I love wearing it in Norway. They're like, hey, Cowboys, what the hell? I'm like, yeah, it's my team. I'm a Cowboys fan. Yeah, I like the Cowboys.
But that's also the thing too, right? Is like, along with all this losing with the Dallas Cowboys comes the simple fact that that's probably one of a handful of teams. And I'm hard pressed to find 5 in all of sports, like American sports, where if you wore their stuff in another country like Norway,
people know
who the hell the Dallas Cowboys are. They know what that blue star means.
Absolutely.
They don't necessarily know what a gold W means, right? Like,
true. No. Yeah. And I wear it with pride. And it's funny. People say Cowboys. Oh, geez, sorry about that. Cowboys, like when I'm in Chicago and I wear it, and they're like, Cowboys. I'm like, oh, I'm just wearing it's fashionable. I tell them when I'm in Chicago, and they look at me like, what the hell are you wearing a Cowboy shirt for?
We went to New York City on Thanksgiving for the Macy's Day Parade, and I was wearing this big Dallas Cowboys jacket. And those Giants fans were the nicest people in the world to me.
Nice.
That was also because the Giants were absolute dog shit that year, so they knew that they couldn't talk anything to the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys made the playoffs in 2017, and that was the last time I felt like I wanted the banter. Like, I wanted the back and forth of, like, why are you wearing the Cowboys? Look at your team. They're terrible. And then, but I never, I didn't get that in New York, which is weird because you expect New York's the place that's going to happen.
They're going to bust your balls in New York, man. I mean, they're tough over there.
I told you by the time I didn't get the job in Washington, D.C. just because I'm a Cowboys fan, right?
Yeah, that's your fault, though.
I probably shouldn't have
ever admitted to it, yeah.
Nobody admits that.
When you're in the district, you're in the district. You got to not say I like the Cowboys at all,
Shout out to Apex Heating and Cooling Services, who has tuned into us over here on YouTube. Shout out to you guys. Brandon, we are live over here at Buffalo Wild Wings, 655 Sunland Park Drive. We've got some awesome specials going on today. I'm going to wait for you to stop sending that message so that way you can grab the menu, because I'm tossing it over to you. Brandon, please let the people know, because I don't have it in front of me, what the specials are for today's show. I apologize.
$9.99, all-you-can-eat bottomless apps. We're about to put them out of business. Mozzarella sticks, onion rings, fried pickles, hatch queso, chips, and salsa. That is the greatest shtick going on right now. Also, you have happy hour from 3 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 9 to 11 p.m. every day. $2 off tall drafts and margaritas, $3 short shorties, $6 appetizers. Oh, my goodness. Tell me that's not good.
And you also have the $4 Wild Herds, the $5 Coors Light, and the $6 Blue Moons that are being out there as well. I love me a Blue Moon.
I saw you standing. Oh, sorry, I couldn't resist. Yeah, Blue Moon.
Is that the name?
That's the name of the da 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 da. It's from the movie American.
I questioned you a couple of years back about a specific song that I hadn't heard. It was something about Tennessee and Pittsburgh.
It's called Blue Moon.
Yeah, but you know what? You're right. You are my musically inclined friend.
Yeah, the Marcells, Blue Moon.
Blue Moon, I saw you standing alone. It's from the movie American Werewolf in London. It's at the very beginning of the movie. Dude, now, do you like horror movies or?
Not really.
Okay, but it's still a classic. It's actually a really well made. Okay. To me, it's one of the best horror movies ever made. And considering it was made in like 1980, I think, some of the best special effects you'll ever see. You should watch it.
I've seen Happy Gilmore 2 twice.
What are we talking about? Apples and oranges here. That was actually a decent movie.
That was a cinematic masterpiece.
I'm very depressed that Shooter McGavin didn't come down here. I wanted to meet him.
Oh, that's right. He was supposed to do a first pitch.
He was supposed to come like 2 weeks ago, and due to scheduling conflicts. So hopefully Shooter makes it down. There was a lot of great cameos in that flick. I love John Daly.
Destiny's singing the song here, Blue.
I saw you standing alone. It's a good song.
I've got the beat. I just didn't know that's how it goes.
Yeah,
that's the same song.
Yeah, Blue Moon.
Wow.
I saw you standing. Oh,
my
thing anymore.
My oldies knowledge is betraying me right now. Man, I got to do better. My apologies to the who was it again that sings that?
The Marcells.
The Marcells. My apologies to the Marcells. 50 to 60 years after that song may have debuted.
Blue Moon.
I wonder if any of them are still with us.
I would say maybe one,
If the over-under's at 1, I'm hitting the under.
Maybe 1, maybe 1.5. I don't know.
I got to find out what year that song came out.
That had to be the 70s, Daver?
Try the 50s.
I was about to say that's like a 50s song. That's what I kept thinking of.
Because that's what they called the Street Corner Symphony. That was
written in 1934. Is that right?
And the Marcells probably covered it in late 50s.
Yeah, because that's the same thing with a lot of Frank Sinatra songs. They were written in the early 30s, and he performed them in the 50s and stuff like that.
61.
1961.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Yep, the doo-wop sound from
crazy.
New York.
It's still a good song. I mean, 100 years later or whatever. So.
My dad was 31 years old when that song came.
Wow. John F. Kennedy was president.
That was 23 years before I was born.
Whoa. That's crazy, man.
It is cool. Hey, you know what?
Song.
You learn new things on this show. Fire and Ice. Not only do we lead El Paso in Jacksonville Jaguars talk, we also lead El Paso with the Marcells.
The funny thing is you said I want a Blue Moon beer, and I'm like, Blue Moon. And all of a sudden, there you go.
Hey, I mean, I'm with it. I love
I always
Blue
teach
Moon.
you new things.
Yes,
though.
you do. You do. Thank you. Thank you for that amazing. You know what? That's one of the better rabbit holes we've gone down in quite some time on this show.
Good. That was good.
If there's a connection to sports, we will find it.
Yes, we will.
Sports and beer.
Sports adjacent. We find everything that happens with it over here.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so I know that we have some stuff here that you wanted to talk about. The UTEP Miners. The season's going to be coming up here in just a couple of weeks. How are we feeling, Brandon, about our UTEP Miners this year?
Well, I mean, they'll be competitive for a game or two, and we'll see what happens. I mean, look, I mean, any year you're going into the UTEP Miner football, you're hoping that they can be decent, make a bowl game, this, that, the other. But until I start seeing some consistency, I think what's the usual 3-4 victories? I mean, is that unrealistic to think they're going to? But the Jaden Wilson, we had him on a few months ago, is coming in from UNM, and the quarterback situation seems like it's prosperous. I just don't know. How could I really say they're going to be good? You know what I mean? How can I really say? They have a tough schedule.
We've got
a difficult schedule.
20 years of history behind us.
Yes, that says they're not going to be.
They're not going to
be. So until
good.
you go off and reel 5 wins or 6 wins, and I say that you win the usual over under 3-4 games.
What is there?
If you win 4 games, as a Miners fan, you're happy. Because what did they win? Was it 1 game last year or 2 games? I think I'm trying to remember. It wasn't a lot. I can tell you that.
It was a very forgettable season.
It was a very forgettable season. I feel that again, this is a swan song. Your last year in CUSA. It's about time that you get out of that putrid, horrid conference that you've been in for 20 years, whatever it is, right? Since 2005. About time you go to the Mountain West. It helps for everything in terms of recruiting. It helps because you have more national television. I mean, it's better than where they're at, dude. It's not a power conference, but it's better where they're at.
I honestly think it's a lateral move because, like, the Mountain West is losing some of the teams that made it the Mountain West.
Yeah, just like remind you of something else.
Yeah.
It's the USA.
Yeah.
After they
exactly.
joined.
So, like, UTEP joined CUSA when CUSA was at its apex, and then everyone was like, oh, we're going to move on.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what the Mountain West is going to do. Like, I know that they're like, oh, no, UNLV is going to stay, Air Force is going to stay, blah, blah, blah,
Bullshit,
blah,
girl.
blah.
Excuse me.
Exactly. But the second another conference, like the Pac-12 goes up to UNLV and says, here's a shit ton of money. You know what UNLV is going to do? I'm sorry, Mountain West. It's time to move on.
Cozy,
yeah.
I mean,
I got no problems here. So I'm looking at UTEP's schedule right here. Opening up against Utah State.
Lost.
We remember how that went last year. It was Southern Utah that they lost to last year, where they came in here talking all that nonsense and were able to walk out with a W.
Yes.
All of El Paso was upset, but, the inevitable happened, and UTEP. Then we got UT Martin.
Lost. Oh, wait. UT Martin, they could win that game.
What's going to be a catastrophic loss? UT.
UT at UT.
Yeah, at the University of Texas.
1 and 2.
Arch Manning's going to have at least 10 touchdowns in that game, I feel like.
Maybe more.
Louisiana Monroe.
Ooh. Well.
Ooh, look at we have the possibility of 2.
Yes.
The possibility of 2. Louisiana Tech. Possibility of 3? Is that where we're at right now? There's a we could be 3 and 2 right now. The UTEP Miners could be 3 and 2 right now. Then Liberty.
Loss.
Then they go on the road to Sam Houston.
Loss. They're on the road.
Kennesaw State.
Loss.
Jack State here in El Paso.
I mean, how good is Jack State? Win, maybe?
Honestly, we're at 4.
That's 4.
Possible 4. Missouri State.
No, definitely a loss. Missouri.
New Mexico State here at the University of Texas at El Paso.
They're playing MSU this year?
Yes.
That's interesting. I thought they were skipping a year.
I think this is the last year.
It's here, so it could be a win this year. I mean, it's.
And then what better way to end the season? I know whenever I think about the way that the UTEP Miners end any football season, it's against this great rival, Delaware.
Oh, that's definitely a loss. Is that at Delaware?
That is at Delaware.
Yeah, they're going to.
It's an East Coast game, so we know.
East Coast game.
They won an East Coast game last year, didn't they?
No, it wasn't. I think it was. Wasn't it a couple of years ago when they won at FIU or FAU?
It's one of. I know they had a long.
But now Delaware is a new addition to CUSA. That's a long schlep.
Wait, we're leaving Conference USA. That's the second Delaware joins.
I was excited that Delaware.
That was going to be such a
it's
great
Delaware.
rivalry.
It's the what the heck is it's the first state, isn't it? Delaware known as like the first state because that's the first state to amend the Constitution or something, ratify it. So yeah, I'm excited, man.
It'll be fun. Maybe it'll be fun. So at the possibility, we're looking at a UTEP football team here that could win 5 games.
5 games. I'm thinking 5 games. I'm hoping 5 games.
I'm gonna say they get 6.
Yes.
And they make themselves a bowl game.
Wow.
Which I know is weird because everyone says that I'm like the pessimist person here. But I'm looking at the schedule like I don't have faith in Utah State. I don't have faith in UT Martin. I don't have faith in the University of Texas at Austin. I did that one on purpose.
I don't have faith in them either. We have no faith in them, right?
The number 1 ranked team in the country. Shoot. Who has faith in that?
Shoot.
But we'll see if they're still there because they're opening up the season against Ohio State.
They could win. They could lose that game.
It's the first time I've ever seen a number 1 team as an underdog in their first game of the season.
Where's that game?
That's going to be.
Is it in Dallas?
I want to say it's in
Cowboy Stadium.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Usually that's what they do their first game there at AT&T Stadium or whatever,
I must have already searched up Texas versus UTEP because that's on there. Maybe I was looking to buy some tickets. I'm trying to see where it is going to be at, what stadium we're going to be at here. Oh, no, that's on the road. That's a complete road.
It's at Ohio State?
That's at Ohio Stadium. Yep, that's
the defending champions opening up at home. That's going to be
that feels like a loss.
That feels like a loss.
That feels like a big loss.
That's a tough place to play.
Oh, man.
That's a tough place to play, man. Ooh,
what a wheel
makers. They really, but I mean, it's their defending champs. They host, Texas.
The defending champ that should probably be ranked number 1. What's the difference between 3 and 1?
Right.
Like, I don't get this, man.
I mean, is
It's
Texas
weird.
really that much better?
Arch Manning. It's all the name.
Yeah.
All the name
Yeah.
of Arch Manning, not Archie. Archie's not playing anymore.
No.
It'd be great to see Archie out
It's
there.
Arch. It's Arch Manning.
Arch Manning. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into today's show. That's Brandon the Iceman Cohn. I'm Mike Tipton. We're live over here at Buffalo Wild Wings, 655 Sunland Park Drive. They got the all-you-can-eat apps for the foreseeable future. They haven't told us when that's going to end, so it's going to go on for a while. So we're going to partake in some of those Bottomless apps. We're going to also Lady in the Tramp a macaroni and cheeseburger.
Let's do it.
It's the way to do it.
I like tramping with you, especially with you of all people.
We'll see you all
It's
next
very,
week.
very fun.